Hi everybody and welcome to another video. Sit back because today we are going to take a rendering maybe you created with a pencil and create photorealistic renderings or 3D renderings depending what you would like to have in MuseBoard. And for this, well, we are simply going into MuseBoard itself. First we are logging in and create a new board. Now this board, we call it, for example, building rendering. Now I prepared already a small pencil sketch from Wikipedia. Yeah, I'm not a good drawer, so sorry about that. But you can take any sketch. It's not about buildings, it's about any sketch you can imagine of. You just have to create it somehow and put it into MuseBoard. Now, of course, there will be a lot of non-AI features coming soon, so don't miss it. Subscribe to our channel and also get an account on MuseBoard because, well, you can have 50 credits for free. And if you're contacting me here via DM or via email, you get 200 for free because we need people testing it and giving us feedback. Now, I would suggest I'm hopping into my folder to drag the small sketch into MuseBoard. Now, allow me to already upload this small image here I took from Wikipedia. It's I would say, already a rather complex image because it's a very fractal one. You know, the question would be, of course, where should be the living space? Of course, if you're an architect or so, or somebody with a better concept, then of course you have a better idea how to draw and upload this. Now, capabilities to draw in MuseBuild that will come as a non-AI feature, and for now we have to upload the image. But you know what? We can do something in parallel while we create these 2 or 4 renderings. So I would suggest let's mark them all, make a small alignment, and we can say, create a realistic rendering of a white concrete house with glass and plants on the rooftop, for example. So hopefully there will be something without too many artifacts because it's pretty not obvious. Of course, here could be something like a pool or so, but you know, there's a lot of interpretation space for the AI. So let's keep this thing running here on this side. And while this AI thing is running, we could, for example, use Muse in a more focused way. Say we want to have some kind of a painting. And for a painting, I would like to choose basically 2 colors like black and gray or so. And I want to have some kind of sketch of the complex cube building. Yeah, so I don't know what will happen. So we can simply create images in parallel while our editing is being conducted on the left-hand side. The editing takes a little bit more because it is always scaling down the images, but the things can run, of course, always in parallel. Now we have here our images. There are more plants than only on the rooftop, especially in the top left, but on the lower right, we see it. It looks also kind of decent and realistic. So we see here some open spaces in the building. We have here the rooftop of the plants. We have here some glass facade and also a balcony where, well, this looks pretty much well integrated and also realistic. You can imagine how here in between there would be a small stairs or something. This example here, maybe this window is a little bit not realistic, but otherwise there's still good ideas in there. It's like a very good open concept of a building that would fit in a very modern environment, so to speak. So we can take these images, you can then edit them. For example, create a black and white sketch out of this. You can add it and say you want to have another view, maybe in front of the ocean or something like that. So it's really up to you to work with these images. And of course, what you can always do is if you share the board with your colleagues, you can say for your name and say Thomas Ideas or something, because a MuseBoard is always shareable. Yeah, people can watch it and see and then write down their comments in a text editor. Now, since we are talking with shapes, more non-AI features are coming. So if you are interested, if you have an account, always reach out to us with new ideas and feature requests, because a tool lives always when the community is active and provides us good input. Now, let's say here we have a rather brutalistic way of a cube building. So I wouldn't say this was really a sketch. Maybe let's go here for the rendering. This works maybe a little bit better for our buildings. And maybe we write down something like a pencil sketch to be a little bit more clear and a little bit more focused. Yeah, and I would also say a complex building in a neutral, friendly environment. Yeah, so let's, as I told you last time, the Muse engine tries to interpret things, and the solution space becomes bigger if you're not providing any more context. So it tries to generate its context by itself. Now let's wait for the last 5 images. I would suggest to eradicate these 5 here to see if we get also other sketches or idea that we could use later on. Now, of course, since we use the Muse engine, it's not like really, it's more like an interpretation. I mean, when we use, for example, the literal mode with the same prompt, then we will get more of that. Here we have more ideas of potential sketches with certain shapes. You see also 5 different shapes. It could be interesting. Of course, you cannot build a building out of this image, as you see, right? But it can give you new ideas. Yeah. So here on the bottom, we have the literal mode. We see actual sketches of complex cubic structures. Yeah, this looks almost like a Rubik's Cube. And here we have already another solution with with a larger variety. So what we could do, for example, is we could take, for example, this image here. Yeah, I like that. So let's move it here to our rendering space, for example. We can then make it a little bit bigger. And I would also suggest to make a copy paste 4 times. I hope I didn't miscalculated it. Yeah, 4 images, perfect. And now we can say, I don't want to have this image here. We can say remove the background and create a pencil sketch of the cubical objects, so to speak. Yeah, so let's see objects to see how the AI will handle our editing prompt in this case. However, I would still say that these sketches look pretty nice. So we have here 5 actual sketches. So we can also move here in our board and say, okay, you know, I would like to have, I don't know, AI sketch ideas, for example. People can add more stuff there. In the future, it will also have some kind of border or something. Yeah, for example, if your colleagues add some images, then you know who created what. And here, these images, they also look kind of nice. We could also continue working with them in the same fashion as I'm doing this on the left-hand side. Now you see already the pencil sketches are being created. The background has been removed, which is pretty nice. And if you're interested to see, well, where did the image come from, you can always go here and click on View History. And there you see, of course, your prompt that was applied to your original image. Now I would suggest to wait for the very last one. And what we can do is, for example, we could then afterwards mark all images again and maybe use the prompt we used here. Yeah, so we can click here on View History. Yeah, we simply copy paste the prompt here. We need maybe a copy paste button here, shall we? And then marking these images again. Yeah, plants on the rooftop. Yeah, I don't know. There's no rooftop, so let's see how this is being interpreted. And then I would suggest this is like the Thomas ideas based on my topic, let's say. And these are, I would say, Thomas AI suggestions, probably something like that. So if your colleagues are working there, for example, could also be a different department, they already get a good understanding and feeling what I was working on or what you were working on. And here we see some plants on the rooftop. Yeah, as we wanted. We see also some windows, and it appears that the AI was understanding it properly, I would say. So this looks also pretty cool. So it takes the pencil sketches and reinterprets them a little bit. We have here some very sketchy signatures, so probably from the AI training. That's, of course, in the model itself. But after all, we get pretty nice and decent renderings for our results. And if you want to play around with MuseBoard and also with this intuitive way of creating infinite canvases without any nodes, but really with working with the images, and you want to have more features, then create your account, write to us what you would like to have. And yeah, until next time, cheers. Des lignes de code